circle back or fight me.
Did you even read my email, bro?
Now that's above my pay grade.
This is not a drill.
Need unfiltered stories and advice about balancing work life and everything in between?
We're here to help. Welcome to Girls That Excel, your virtual support system to keep you excelling no matter what your path to success may be. It's Emily.
And Alyssa, and today we're diving into the psychology behind the office coffee pot with our friend from the Learned in Trivia podcast, Lina. Welcome!
Hey, Lina!
Hi, Emily. Hi, Alyssa. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm so excited.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, we are excited to get into this topic because it is a really fascinating one of like, how did coffee become such an American office staple? So a little bit of history about this episode and why we're doing it is coffee really started as humble beginnings within the Industrial Revolution, where coffee became an essential for workers to stay alert during their long shifts. And then it kind of rise to a symbol of productivity in the office as bonding in the 1970s. And coffee has always been more than just a drink in corporate America. So today we're going to explore how the coffee pot became a permanent fixture in the workplace, the evolution of office coffee culture, and how coffee breaks became a ritual tied to socializing and productivity.
So as we mentioned, we have Lina joining us from Learned in Trivia, and together we'll uncover why coffee continues to be a staple in offices today, influencing everything from employee morale to the rise of remote coffee culture. So grab your cup, just like Emily, because it's time to talk about the psychology behind the office coffee machine. We're going to let Lina do a little blurb about her podcast so that everyone can get familiar with what Learned in Trivia is.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Well, and thank you, Emily. Also, I'm so excited to be here today on this podcast. I love your guys' podcast, and I just finished listening to the PTO one, and I have some thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we
Whose
can get
side
into
are
that.
you on?
Yeah, Alyssa or Emily? Which one?
This decides whether or not we keep recording. I'm just
My company has unlimited PTO, so I'm
Okay.
obviously unlimited PTO. Sorry, Emily.
It's okay. It's okay. Just
huzzah! I win.
But I hear both sides. I totally hear both sides.
No, it matters about winning.
for Alyssa, it matters about winning. For me, I just want to make sure that the good corporate American people just know all the rights and
Oh, hush.
I just care about our listeners.
Yeah. So whatever you have, just make sure you use it accordingly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Use all of it.
Yes.
But yeah, tell us about your podcast. I love
gosh.
listening to it because it's so fun. I'm a huge trivia person, so
I love that.
Yeah.
I like that you ask me trivia questions on the pod when I'm in the safety of my own home, because I get like stage fright when you're like at like a trivia event, because when someone asks me, I'm like, I can't think of it right now.
No, yeah, that's so true. And I suck at trivia, so that's the whole reason why I wanted to start the podcast. Is because
I love that.
I'm so bad at it. And you know, what better way to learn than just like listening, right?
I like that.
When you're doing dishes, when you're driving. So I'm really glad that you guys enjoy it. And yeah, just a little bit more about the podcast. It's called Learned in Trivia, as you guys said. Thank you. My co-host is named Alyssa, but with an A, not an E. And
It's a good name.
yeah, it is a really great name. And we basically make learning fun by deep diving into stories and explanations behind fascinating trivia facts from pop culture, science, history. Each episode we have a topic, and we alternate who is the main host, asking the trivia questions and sharing the learnings behind the answers. We do have new episodes every other Tuesday, which we call Trivia Tuesday, and we are on all podcast platforms. And then for socials, we are mostly active on Instagram, so you can find us anywhere at Learned in Trivia Podcast.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, no, like last trivia night I went to, I got third place, and they gave us, I put two, we got third place, and I got a Voodoo Donut gift card that we got to like split. So we just like went over to Voodoo Donuts, and our little team got celebratory donuts.
That's amazing. Literally 3rd place? That's really good.
I know.
So I'm expecting you to get all these questions correct today.
This might be the only thing Emily wins today is trivia.
I gotta redeem myself since Alyssa won the PTO.
You probably know more about coffee than me, so.
I do love coffee.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm. So we're going to do our clocking question. So like you clock into work, we clock into the podcast. So for today's question, what is your go-to coffee order and how does it reflect your personality? We'll let you go first.
I was like, are you ready to answer or do you need a minute to think?
Me?
Yeah.
Lina? Okay, yes. I'm actually ready to go. I thought of this beforehand. Thank you so much for sending the show notes beforehand.
Yeah.
I love that. We love a prepared team.
That's how you excel.
Yes. Oh, yes. That's how you excel. I love it. So for a go-to coffee order, it's just an oat milk latte, hot.
Ooh, hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
hot. So I'm located in the San Francisco Bay Area, but Portland and SF weather's kind of similar, just a little bit warmer, but still we're coming out of winter, so I've been liking hot still. And then lately I've been doing decaf or half calf, just because I've become really sensitive to caffeine all of a sudden. And then if they have any sugar-free flavors, I will definitely get that. But usually places only have vanilla. So kind of boring. And then I liked the question about what does this say about me as a person? I put in my coffee order into ChatGPT and I asked them, what do you think?
Okay, what did it say?
So ChatGPT said, I am intentional, self-aware, cozy, but not chaotic. So there you
For
go.
sure chaotic.
I can't wait to hear your order.
I'm going to put mine into ChatGPT and see what it says.
I don't use ChatGPT, so I'm not going to do that. But, okay, my go-to coffee order in general is a dirty chai because I love the spice. I love that, if there's a little extra excitement in there, which fits my personality. So, and you usually can't go wrong with a dirty chai wherever you are. But if I'm at home in the Bay Area, because that's where Lina and I know each other from, because we cheered together in high school, if I go to Phil's, I like a filtered soul, or I like the honey haze. And that's what I had this morning.
Oh my gosh. Honey haze. I've never heard of that. Is that new?
Yeah, it's like honey and oat milk with the filtered soul blend.
That sounds delightful.
It's really, really good. And you can get it not super sweet, so it's delightful.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to try
that. And it's
that.
good hot or iced, so you can go either way.
Love.
Yep.
Okay, so I love coffee. I have an espresso maker at my house. I make my own syrups. But if I'm going to go to a coffee shop, my go-to order is an iced hazelnut latte. And I usually do whole milk, which is unpopular opinion. I feel like everybody kind of doesn't like
I like
regular
milk
milk
too.
I know it's not a thing anymore, but I just put this in and it's actually interesting. So it says, it tells me that you're soft but with an edge, emotionally warm but not basic. So hazelnut is nostalgic comfort with a twist. The ice is calm under pressure or just chronically overheated. Okay. And then whole milk is unapologetic. So you are warm-hearted, emotionally intelligent, a little bit nostalgic, and totally down for deep convos. But
That's
only
on brand.
if the vibe is right.
Whoa! ChatGPT knows you.
You care, but you're also calculated. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, well, not that part, but I think you talk to ChatGPT too much, Emily, and you should stop. That was a little too spot on.
I really don't use it that much. So that's kind of wild.
Whoa.
AI is taking over. We're going to actually have an episode about AI taking over.
Okay, good. Because I was like, you guys should definitely do an episode on AI.
Yeah.
Because I use
coming up.
ChatGPT every single day at my job.
Oh man.
I never use it.
It's really bad for the planet. And so I'm trying to really not use it, but
That's why I don't do it.
Okay, we can talk about this later, but would love to know why it's bad for the planet, but we, could be a different conversation.
yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's rewind to the late 1800s during the Industrial Revolution. So, workers in factories were put on long, grueling hours, and they needed a little boost to stay alert. So, entered coffee. It became the go-to drink to keep energy levels up. While it was also it wasn't an official break, but workers started grabbing a cup of coffee whenever they could. And then fast forward to World War II. After the war, coffee started creeping into American offices all over the place. Soldiers returning from war brought back a really intense coffee drinking habit along with them. So that soon became the office coffee pot that we know today.
So by the 1970s, coffee wasn't just a drink, but it became an office ritual. Breaks were built around the coffee pot, and companies realized that providing coffee would boost productivity and create a sense of camaraderie because everyone was gathering around the coffee machine. So fast forward to today, and the office coffee machine is still the place where ideas are shared, friendships are made, and productivity is fueled.
But it's actually it gets more interesting. So since COVID in 2020, there has been a massive uptick in people becoming their own baristas at home. So with offices closing, remote work becoming more normal, many of us had to turn our own kitchens into coffee shops. Owning everything from espresso makers to milk frothers, now the coffee breaks happen not just in the office, but in our living rooms as well. So we're going to continue to sip on that familiar comfort while tracking work and reconnecting with our colleagues virtually. So next time you grab a cup of coffee, whether if it's at home or in the office, remember you are a part of this tradition that's been brewing for centuries.
So cute and wholesome.
I know. That's the story of coffee in the office.
When we were talking about this last time we recorded, I was like, well, I always have just loved coffee because I always woke up to the smell of it. Like either my dad or my sister wakes up before me when everyone's all together and they make coffee and listen to NPR and usually putter around the kitchen or my sister's reading. But I have always woken up to the smell of coffee, and it's just like a part of my morning ritual of like, I don't necessarily need the caffeine to like wake up. It's just like, it makes me feel so good. But also I love like nicer coffee, and like I haven't bought like a fancy espresso maker or anything, but I only have like 1 cup of coffee because it makes my kitchen smell like coffee after that. But I do like reusable K-cups and I fill them, and I try different local brands every time. But I mean, my go-to is Phil's. I pick up a bag when I'm at home and I grind my own beans, but I'm trying new coffees. So if anyone has recommendations, let me know. I'm always looking.
I will say Sister's Coffee Company, they make incredible beans.
Actually, I have had theirs because there's a place in Salem called Isaac's, and that's one of my favorite places. It's coffee during the day and happy hour in like the later afternoon, evening, but they do Sister's Coffee there.
Oh, I love
Nice.
that. Lina, what about you?
You know what? I was going to say, Alyssa, what you need is a coffee-scented candle.
Right?
I should, but I also just enjoy the
ritual.
warmth. Yeah, it's like, it's the ritual that we were talking about. Like, it's just, it makes you feel so good.
Yeah, you're so right. It's a routine. I like it. I have a Nespresso coffee maker. So just, those little pods, put them in. And then I also have the Nespresso milk frother.
Yes.
And I work from home, so I'm my own barista every morning. And my favorite flavor has been the hazelnut flavor. So, Emily, I feel like you might like that one.
I do.
Yeah. What about you, Emily?
So coffee has kind of always been like a staple in my family. Like my mom and dad were like addicted to coffee. They were the ones drinking 2-3 pots of coffee a day. Like it was crazy in my house with coffee. So growing up, I was like, okay, like I don't want to be dependent on coffee, but I just genuinely enjoy it. And so I only allow myself to have 1 cup of coffee a day. And then I have a strict, like, no past 2 p.m. rule. So
sometimes I feel that
this
rule,
is a...
and then I regret it.
This is actually a steamer. So I just steam some hazelnut syrup, actually, with milk. It's just a steamer. But yeah, I actually, when I was younger, I had a best friend. Her name was Hannah. And her mother worked at IBM, and then her passion was to just like create her own coffee shop. And so she did that. And I watched this woman like build her coffee shop over like the course of a year. And then when it became open, it was like such a huge staple in our town. And we would just go and pretend like we were on Friends. And yeah, so Hannah is also a big part of the reason I love like the coffee shop culture. I will say that.
Have you ever listened on Spotify? There's a like coffee shop background noise playlist.
Interesting.
So then you can just imagine you're at a coffee shop.
You could do that at home.
Yeah, literally.
I love going to a coffee shop and working. There's like a different productivity to it. Like even when I was at Phil's this morning, someone had a computer out at 5 a.m. at Phil's.
Oh my
God.
God.
I was like, okay, that's a level of productivity I will never be able, like, good for you. But when you're working somewhere where other people are working around you, especially with this whole work from home culture, sometimes it's nice to have somebody, like, I mean, they're not distracting you because obviously they don't work with you, but they're just there working and it makes you feel more productive.
It kind of like holds you accountable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also with coffee, it's like, okay, I got this cup of coffee. Now I have to do this, whatever task you have to do.
Yeah.
I paid to be here.
Yes.
For my $8 coffee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
man.
love that. So we're going to go to the coffee trivia portion. So Lina, this is where you really shine. You're going to school us on trivia, and we're equally excited and nervous.
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like you guys are going to do great.
I need a buzzer.
Yeah. How is this going to work? So whoever,
Has their finger up first.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can see you guys, so I'll hopefully be fair here.
I'm ready. It's right
We got our
here.
fingers going.
Okay, so I have 3 questions. Most of them have multiple choice. The second one, there's no multiple choice. So I guess.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
R.I.P. me. Okay. I'm feeling confident. Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's go. Question 1. How many cups of coffee does the average worker consume in one day? The options are 1,
You have
2.
to wait, Emily. Put your finger down.
The options are 1, 2, 3, or 4. So easy. Okay, Emily, go ahead.
3.
You're correct.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Good job. And I got this source from the coffeedasher.com.
Oh my God. I'm actually kind of shocked I got that right.
I'm not at all.
How did you get that right?
Well, because I was thinking of how many times I would want to, like, when I was working in an office, how many times I was seeing other people get coffee, how many times I had the urge to get coffee. And I was like, well, definitely 1 in the morning. And then, like, you got the 2 p.m. one. And then I was like, let's just throw a third for good measure.
I don't understand how people drink that much coffee and aren't just, like, legitimately vibrating. Like, I feel like if I've had too much caffeine, I shake like a chihuahua. Like, I'm just there and I'm like,
Yeah. And at some point, like, if you have too much, you can't be productive anymore. You just feel trapped in your own body. So 3 is also too much for me. I'm like more of a 1, 1.5.
I'd have
Yeah,
to switch
same.
to decaf after 2.
Yeah.
I'm a 1, and then if I haven't slept well, a 2. And that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. But then if you drink too much, you're not going to sleep well the next night. So
Facts.
it's,
That's why I have my 2 p.m. rule.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or decaf.
Yes, decaf.
I've never drank decaf. not unless I was forced to.
Oh my gosh. Okay, are you guys ready for question 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no multiple choice for this.
Oh, God.
So I guess, whenever you have the answer, you can just spit it out.
Okay.
You have to wait till she's done
I
saying the
will.
question because you're giving me anxiety.
Okay.
Okay, question 2. What are the top 3 coffee producing countries? Emily.
Colombia, Brazil, Hawaii.
You got Colombia and Brazil correct.
I'm going Ethiopia.
That's a great guess. However, it's not on the list.
Colombia, Brazil.
Argentina?
Chile?
Great guesses, you guys. This last one is...
Peru?
No. This last one is more in Asia, which is like
Oh.
really not what you
Thailand?
would expect.
No.
No, but you're getting closer. Let me know when you want me to give you the answer.
Vietnam.
Yes, Emily! Tiny clap, tiny clap. Good job, Emily.
It's a 2 for me and none for Alyssa.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I
Okay,
knew
I'm
Emily would do
sorry.
well. So the top
Whatever,
three...
I won the PTO. That's way more important.
That's true. You won the debate.
Yeah.
So the top 3 coffee producing countries are Brazil, Vietnam, and Colombia, in that order.
Wow.
Yeah. All
My
right.
next guess was Madagascar, and that would definitely not have been right. And then I was like, wait, that's vanilla. So.
Ooh, yeah, but that's a good guess, you know? And then Hawaii was a good guess because they also, you know,
Kona.
make Kona coffee, but it's not a country, so
That's
kind
true.
of tricky.
Yeah.
Okay, our last and final question here. Question 3. What is the world's most popular coffee bean, producing 60% of the world's coffee? I have 4 options for you here.
Okay.
Hopefully
Okay.
I pronounced them right. Robusta, Arabica, Liberica, Excelsa.
It's
Alyssa,
the one with an A.
Arabica.
Yeah.
Yes, good job. Nice.
I'm not going to lie. The only reason I knew that is because I was at Phil's this morning looking at the coffee bean bags.
And they had Arabica.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I had no clue. I had no clue at all.
Well, you learn something new every day on Learned in
I
Trivia. So this is a little preview of what the Learned in Trivia podcast is like.
Okay. First off, Alicia, you didn't win. You got 1 right. There's a difference. I'm gonna get a text from her. Like, wow.
In my mind, Emily, I'm always a winner.
And that's why she's in sales, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Oh, I
Not
love
easily defeated.
A quick background about these beans, just really quick. Arabica, obviously the most popular, known for its smooth, nuanced flavor. Robusta has a bolder, stronger, more bitter flavor.
That makes sense with the name.
Yeah. Liberica, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Less common, but Liberica beans offer a more distinctively fruity and floral flavor. And then lastly, Excelsa is
For girls that excel.
Oh, maybe you guys need to try this coffee bean.
We create our own coffee.
There you go.
Oh my god, yeah.
Ooh.
Merch.
In sustainable containers.
Yes. This one, I didn't get the, flavor notes, but basically it's a unique flavor profile. So I guess you'll have to find out for yourself.
Okay, this is a question for you guys. When you're picking out coffee beans, like to purchase to like use at home, is there a flavor profile for your beans that you typically go for? And if so, what is it?
Yes.
What is it?
Emily, go first.
So I like the more warm flavors, the warm notes. Like I like caramel or milk chocolate or nutty, anything nutty. That's kind of my vibe. I like a warm cup of coffee. Anything that has like orange or lemon or anything like that, I'm like, get away from me. I hate that like weird tart, citrusy flavor to a coffee. I want nothing to do with it.
Lena, what about you?
You're going to have to come back to me. I'm still thinking. Alyssa,
Okay,
do you have yours?
I usually like the chocolatey or like honey, like that just has like the nice like I don't know, because like you have like coffee with like dessert and stuff like that. Like it makes you kind of think of like Christmas too. Like when you're like you've had this big dinner and then you have some desserts with the coffee. It like makes me think of that. So I like those types of flavors. But
Love
I'm also
that.
not picky. I'll kind of drink whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I've never bought a bag of coffee beans.
You're missing out.
Yeah.
Grinding your own beans builds character.
I feel like it also makes your house smell good.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, so if I were to buy some, I think I would probably go for more of like a caramelly, nutty, hazelnutty flavor. I feel like you, Emily, and I have like similar like flavor preferences.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice and warm and it feels like Christmas. I love it.
Yes.
Well, I
Sometimes-
actually have a couple trivia questions I can ask you if you're into it.
Oh my god. Catching me off guard here. I'm down. Let's do it.
All right. So, where did coffee originate? Colombia, Ethiopia, Brazil, or Vietnam?
Ethiopia.
Correct.
Yes, the goat farmer story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the goat farmer story?
Do you want to tell it?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, you know what? I actually have notes of this from
Oh, I love that.
when Learned in Trivia did the origins of coffee episode, which is similar, but not, not
Yeah.
as much into like office culture. But basically, for the Ethiopian legend about origins of coffee, there was this goat farmer that saw his goats, nibbling at these beans growing from a tree, which obviously was coffee beans. And he noticed that they were, super productive after eating these beans. So what
Are
he did
goats
was,
productive?
well, they were like working goats.
Eating the grass. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they were doing. Whatever goats do on a farm, they're working goats. So then the farmer picked the beans and was like, oh, let me try these. Took a bite. Obviously, they were disgusting, bitter, terrible when they're raw.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, blech, and threw them into his, like, hearth, his fire, his pot, like, over the fire. And I guess there was, like, water in it. And then later that night, he started, boiling water for his soup or whatever, stew for dinner. And he realized that delicious aroma was starting to fill his house.
I like this.
Yes, just like how you guys like
I got
every morning.
goosebumps.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, let me try the liquid from this. And there you go. That was the first
Wow.
kind of coffee.
Wow.
I like that. Any story with goats I'm into. I really want a pet goat.
And goats eat grass. They give you milk.
Which you can make into cheese.
Which you can make into cheese.
And you can put in your coffee.
Goat
Yeah.
milk.
Goat milk coffee?
Goat milk coffee.
I don't think I would try that, but maybe.
I love goat cheese.
I love
too.
goat cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what percentage of American workers drink coffee daily, according to a 2020 study? 45%, 64%, 75%, or 80%?
I believe 64%.
Do you want to take a guess, Alyssa?
I'm going 80. Go big or go home.
It is 64.
Oh,
What the heck?
Let's go.
All right, and last question. True or false? Espresso refers to a specific type of coffee bean.
I think false.
I do too.
Correct. It's false. It refers to the method of brewing the coffee, not the specific type of bean. It's made by forcing hot water through finely ground coffee under pressure. So, yeah,
Yes, that
that's
bean
all.
Emily makes me
So-
when I come over.
Yes, and espresso martinis, which we also love.
Love an espresso martini.
Love.
That's what
So
I'll have
good.
after 2 p.m.
All right, and that's all the questions I had.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Emily should host one of your pods.
You guys should
Come on as a guest appearance.
Yeah, you guys should
Yeah.
be a guest.
Emily, what would we ask people trivia about?
I work. I get
We'd have to
get
think of
too
something.
competitive with trivia.
Wine.
Yes.
That
I
could be a
just-
good episode.
I just went to a winery on Saturday, actually.
I did not. But I drank wine yesterday.
I drank tequila yesterday.
Oh.
I was like, what did I drink yesterday? Yeah, no, I made a Martha Rita from Martha Stewart.
Oh.
Martha Rita? It's Martha Stewart's margarita recipe.
Oh.
Classic for Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
No
see
idea.
Did you see Snoop Dogg dressed up as a bunny because it was 420? Did you see
No.
that photo online? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And there's this picture of Snoop Dogg holding an Easter basket, and it's like filled with eggs, and he's like as a bunny, a pink bunny. It was
That's
so funny.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I celebrated yesterday, but a different holiday than Easter.
I celebrated Easter. My dog dressed up as a bunny. It was cute.
Oh, I love when animals dress up as other animals.
I know. And she got a pig in her Easter basket that actually, like, instead of a squeaker, it wakes.
Oh my god, adorable.
Wait, I think Bo has one of those.
It's like a plush one, though. Not like
Oh.
that. Not that. Because I was at the store, and the guy was like, you should see this pig. And I was like, no, my friend's dog has that, and I hate it. Because it's so annoying. The sound it makes. I was like, I can't handle it.
Bo loves it so much.
And I love that for Bo, but Honey Bee will not have the option to choose that.
Do you have any pets, Lena?
I do. I have a cat. Her name is Peach, and she also got bunny ears, actually. Her birthday was last week, so my boyfriend got her bunny ears, which was really more of a gift for us rather than her.
I love that.
Yeah.
Are you still dating Christian?
Yeah, Christian, yeah.
Okay. So crazy you guys are still together.
Yeah, you can keep it in whatever. We met in high school, so
Yeah.
Alyssa knows him.
I used to swim with him in middle school
At
and
Green
elementary
Meadow?
school. Yeah. We were
Yeah.
on swim team together.
Oh my god, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The Marlins or
Yep.
something.
Mhm.
I love it.
We used to have to relay together.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, too funny. Man, time flies. All right, well, it's probably time for us to clock out because I'm not drinking coffee and it's time for me to go to bed. So for our clock out today, since we are clocking out for the day, if you could share a cup of coffee with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be and why? No, you don't have to do the lift your finger anymore. Anyone can go. I don't know yet. I have to think more.
I wrote mine down so I can go.
Okay, great. I did not.
Okay. I'm a huge Swiftie, so Taylor Swift for
Yes.
sure. Okay, cool. Emily, yes, and I feel like you'll like my coffee order with her.
Okay.
Basically, I want it to be in the fall, drinking pumpkin spice lattes together.
That is perfect.
I'm pretty sure she loves fall. I think there's a soundbite of her being like saying how much she loves fall because of the falling leaves and the cozy flannels and the warm.
And she
to-go
loves
coffee.
chai.
Chai. I should have. Okay, I change it to a dirty chai then with
I
Taylor
love that.
Swift.
And she'll make you her chai cookies. She has a famous chai cookie recipe where
Oh
she
my
actually like uses the tea leaves within the cookie.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, I want that. So Taylor Swift, if you're listening, would love to get coffee together.
Oh my gosh.
I have
That's gonna
mine
be
now.
hard not to take.
You can take it. We can all have coffee together.
No,
Well-
mine's different.
What's yours?
I want to have coffee with Paige DeSorbo. Duh.
Oh my god, that's so good too.
Yeah.
Paige, just so do you watch Summer House or any reality TV?
No. Oh, I mean, I love reality TV.
Do you
but I
listen to
haven't-
Giggly Squad?
Yes.
So
Those
that's
girls.
Paige.
Okay, the co-host. Yes. Okay. Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a good one. I'm gonna have to go with Dolly Parton.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that.
I'm from Nashville, and so Dolly is like known as the queen of Tennessee. Like everybody in Tennessee loves Dolly Parton. She is
True.
our queen. She's the only one that we're like solemnly swear by Dolly Parton. I would love to have a cup of coffee with her and just hear her life stories and let's like
She's-
have her give me some sage wisdom. Oh,
Well, she's also such a good human. Like,
Such
she
a good
does so
human.
much, like, charity work and, like, community work, so she's pretty amazing.
yeah.
If I were trying to be more inspirational, I would, but if I'm just trying to, like, giggle, like, over coffee, like, you know.
Paige, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we call her the queen too, because of all of her like the work that she does. Like she is the reason when we had the wildfires in Tennessee, we were able to rebuild. She actually spent so much during COVID to get the Pfizer vaccine up. So that's why it got so quickly developed is the amount of money she funded into Vanderbilt for the research and everything. And so she's like queen.
Okay, so I feel like we should just all have coffee with all of these people because, like,
Together.
Taylor Swift would be amazing, Paige would be amazing, and Dolly would be amazing, and then all of us, and we just drink espresso martinis. We start in the morning with coffee, and then we move to espresso martinis, and we just make a day of it.
I love it.
I love that. Count me in. And also,
We'll giggle,
Emily,
we can sing, and we can do charity work.
oh my God, what a perfect day.
I know.
And we can do trivia.
Yes.
Emily, what I was going to say was, oh my gosh, I can hear the accent now. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't registering earlier, but now I hear it.
It comes out, especially when I start talking about Tennessee.
Yeah.
Specifically. It always comes out. The second she says Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville,
comes out.
Tennessee, or North Carolina.
And then it starts. And then the rest of what she's saying isn't, and then it goes away right after.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, I had much more of a Southern drawl when I lived in Nashville. Obviously, I was like there all the time. But when I lived in Nashville, no one thought I had an accent because my parents are both Northerners. And so I just grew up confused. And
Yankees is what they call them, I think.
Yes, it is what they call them. But yeah, I had two Northern parents, didn't have an accent. I lived in the South. Everyone had an accent. So I just have this like weird non-accent accent. And that's
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. You can go back and forth with people.
Yeah. And I feel like it allows me to do my impressions. Like, I do a lot of, like, I have a Jennifer Coolidge impression. I have, like, a Parker Posey. I'm on a White Lotus kick. But, like, I have these...
Or when you're just saying random stuff and you're like, little dinosaur voice.
I do a lot of impressions. It's a problem.
More Kermit the Frog.
Oh my gosh.
Well, sometimes.
Oh my God.
Well, sometimes I go to the supermarket. Yeah, that one.
Okay, wait, I thought about this when you were talking about how you switch back and forth. It would be perfect because, like, Taylor Swift's kind of a mix, but Paige is from New York and Dolly's from the South, and then we have Taylor Swift in the middle. So you can go through the whole range.
And then Taylor can go back and forth with you because she started off as country.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But she's from the North.
I know,
She's
it's
from
really-
Pennsylvania.
It's really confusing. I don't get it.
So confusing. But yeah, that's why she's an Eagles fan. Which I loved that for so long nobody knew that when she said like her Eagles shirt, she meant Eagles the football team and not the band, because the Swifties were divided. And now it's Taylor Swift trivia.
I mean, I always knew it was the Eagles football team, but that made it really, like, interesting when, you know, the Eagles
Travis
were
Kelce.
playing.
Yeah.
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 Stay
I
true
thought
to
she was
your
gonna
hometown.
wear a split jersey.
Yeah.
Like Mama Kelsey.
Exactly. Yeah, but she didn't. But that's okay. I understand.
She supported her man. That's all we can say. All right. Well, we have learned a ton about the origins of coffee in the workplace and the rise of the coffee culture and some wild coffee facts along the way. And so whether you are sipping on a latte in the break room or brewing a fresh cup of coffee at home, coffee truly holds a special place in both our personal and professional lives.
Yes, and a huge thank you to Lina from Learned in Trivia for joining us today and adding some extra fun to our coffee trivia. So be sure to check out her podcast for more mind-bending trivia and great conversation.
Thank you so much for having me, you guys. It's been a pleasure, and hopefully you guys get to be guests in the future on Learned in
love
Trivia.
to come on.
That'd be awesome.
We can talk about wine.
Yes, we need to do a wine episode. Perfect.
Yes.
Let's get it booked.
What's your next upcoming episode?
For us, Learned in Trivia, we are going to do an episode about the palm trees in Los Angeles. I almost said fake palm trees. They're not fake, but they are not native to Los Angeles. So
I do know this. They imported them in.
yeah, so we still need to record that. But yeah, super excited to get that released.
And what day does it release? Do you know yet?
So we schedule on Tuesdays, so it will be next Tuesday. I believe that's April 29th.
So a day after this one.
Yeah.
So if you're
Perfect.
listening on the day this releases, which is Monday, April 28th, Tune in to the day after to do some trivia about palm trees.
Amazing.
Next week's episode is going to actually be on Cinco de Mayo, and we are going to be talking with Sonia, who works in Portland doing homeless outreach and housing social work. So she's an incredible woman, and she is a Latina woman in business, and we're really excited to talk to her about her journey. So until then, remember to refill your cup and take those coffee breaks to stay energized to keep excelling. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.